In a remote village where time seemed to stand still, there lived a young man named Arjun. His family struggled in deep poverty, his father toiled relentlessly in the fields, and his mother quietly sewed to earn a few small coins. Despite growing up amid hardship and scarcity, Arjun's heart never ceased to dream of a greater life. With bright eyes and an unyielding spirit, he believed that those who dared to dream and persevered could write their own extraordinary stories, no matter how humble their beginnings. One fateful day, Arjun's father suddenly collapsed, his breath weakening like a flickering candle in the wind. The little money the family had saved over the years vanished into medicines and trips to doctors. Before hope could even ignite, a devastating drought swept through the land, killing the crops and leaving behind cracked earth and eyes full of despair. With hunger gnawing at their bellies and their home turning cold and desolate, Arjun stood amid the ruins, feeling the cruel grip of fate tightening around him with no way out. In the long, hungry nights, Arjun heard the villagers whispering, "Leave the village. Go to the city. Find a way to survive." The suggestion cut deep into his heart like a knife. Would abandoning his family in their time of greatest need be the right path? Standing at the crossroads between hope and despair, Arjun realized that running away could never erase the pain. Clenching his calloused hands, he resolved to stay, to fight for those he loved, even if the path ahead seemed engulfed in darkness. With no other choice, Arjun went out to find work. He labored under the scorching sun, his back soaked in sweat, but every penny he earned was spent on his father's medicine. It felt like a tiny boat adrift in a vast, merciless ocean, with no shore in sight. The more he worked, the greater the distance grew between him and the friends he once had. They continued to enjoy life while Arjun fought for every meal and every drop of medicine. The relentless storm of poverty poured down on him, and Arjun realized he was battling alone. In silence, yet within him, a stubborn flame burned, a belief that he would never give up, no matter how long he had to endure. As night fell, their small house plunged into darkness, no grain of rice, no glimmer of hope. Arjun sat silently, hearing his mother's stomach growl, seeing the sadness and disappointment in her eyes. His heart felt like it was being crushed. All the grueling labor seemed meaningless, so much sweat shed. Yet all that remained were sickness, hunger, and loneliness. Even the friends who once called him brother had gradually drifted away. In a moment of utter despair, Arjun decided to seek out the village's old sage, the one person he believed might offer guidance. The sage said little, listening quietly as Arjun, tears choking his voice, told his story. Then the sage rose, went inside, and returned with 3 small items: a carrot, an egg, and a few coffee beans. He handed them to Arjun, saying, "Take these home, boil each one in a separate pot of water. Come back tomorrow, and I will tell you a story." Arjun, puzzled but feeling an unexpected lightness in his heart, took the items, sensing as though a hand had reached out to pull him from the pit of despair. The next day, when Arjun returned, the sage asked, "What happened to the carrot?" Arjun replied, "It turned soft. It lost its firmness." The sage nodded. "And the egg?" Arjun answered, "The inside hardened, no longer soft like before." Finally, the sage asked, "What about the coffee beans?" Arjun looked at the pot and said, "The water changed color. A rich aroma filled the air, and the coffee beans transformed the very water itself." The sage smiled and began to explain. Life is full of hardships. Much like boiling water, some people are like the carrot. They start strong but become weak and wilt under adversity. Others are like the egg, on the outside. They seem unchanged, but inside, they grow hard and unfeeling. Yet some are like coffee beans. Instead of being weakened by their surroundings, they change the situation itself, creating something wonderful. Arjun understood then. We may not be able to change our circumstances, but we can always change how we respond to them. He resolved to become like the coffee beans, turning every hardship into an opportunity. From that moment, Arjun was no longer the passive young man buffeted by fate. A powerful belief ignited within him: if he couldn't change his circumstances, he could change how he faced them. He took action. Arjun humbly approached villagers, seeking to borrow a small sum of money. Many hesitated, but some saw the light in his eyes and agreed. With a modest amount of capital, Arjun began gathering produce from struggling farmers like himself. He set up a small stand by the main road, selling fresh vegetables and sharing the stories behind each bunch of greens and every tomato. His sincerity and perseverance touched the villagers' hearts. They returned, not just for the produce, but because they admired the young man who refused to bow to fate. Day by day, week by week, his small business flourished. Arjun expanded, hired others, and helped support many impoverished families in the area. When he finally had enough money, the first thing he did was take his father to the best doctor for treatment. Watching his father slowly regain his health, and seeing the relief and joy return to his mother's weary face, Arjun knew he had chosen the right path. He had not only changed his own life with a new mindset but had also sparked hope in the entire village, a place once filled with abandoned dreams. Life never rolls out a red carpet for anyone. Hardships and challenges are inevitable, but how we respond to those challenges defines who we become. You can choose to be like the carrot, softening and giving up under pressure. You can choose to be like the egg, growing hard and cold inside. Or you can choose to be like the coffee beans, resilient, strong, and capable of transforming adversity into an opportunity to shine. Arjun chose to be the coffee beans. He did not let hardship consume him, nor did he allow pain to harden his heart. Instead, he transformed every struggle into strength and every fall into a stepping stone toward greater heights. Your life will always have stormy days. But remember, storms exist to help you grow stronger. Don't curse the hardships, and don't give up. Be like Arjun, persistent, steadfast, and illuminating the world around you with an unbreakable spirit. Because those who know how to transform adversity are the ones who truly change not just their own lives, but also the lives of others. If Arjun's story touched your heart, please give this video a like, letting us know that you, too, carry an indomitable spirit within. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue this journey of discovering inspiring stories that ignite hope within us all. And if you know someone who needs a little push to move forward through tough times, share this video with them. Perhaps, with just a small action, you could change an entire life. Thank you for listening. See you again in the next story, where we believe together, hardship is just a test, and light always awaits at the end of the road.